Welcome back. This is how we do it on the show. And Dr. Livingstone, thank you for being on the show. And Sinead, before we went on a break there, we were talking about the education side, about the portion. Can you talk us through that, please?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that the role that parents do have is to, if we can try and prevent this obesity, particularly in children who are prone to it.
Yes.
Some are more prone than others. So we would say 3 meals, and the meals have to be the right portion for the children. So like I said, children eat different size meals to their parents. As parents, as part of loving a child, we want to nurture the child, and that's really important. But I guess we need to remember that not over-nurturing, not over-nourishing. Sure. So particularly the carbohydrates, so they should have a small, like a fist-sized portion, their fist-sized portion.
Don't be happy for that now.
of pasta or the potato or the rice part of the meal. And then the upper part, the fleshy part of the palm should be the protein, so the chicken or the meat. And then they're allowed any amount of vegetables, they'll be pleased to know.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And healthy snacks, and just to avoid too many. Obviously, sugar is bad.
It's really bad.
And to really watch the sugar content of things, and to keep treats to maybe one small treat a day, if possible. And I know that's difficult. We all know that's difficult, but to do the best they can.
Yeah. But Reverend Dr. Livingstone, what is your opinion about what Sinead is talking here today? Because obesity is one of the big issues, and this doesn't start from an adult; it always starts from a child.
Yeah.
And what would be your own contribution into this part?
Well, there are 2 things I'd say, really, Chris. The first thing is that, in a piece of research recently that was conducted in the UK, one of the things that was recognized was that the social and economic background of families have an impact on obesity and their health and their well-being. And so I think that is an important thing to bear in mind, and any kind of a strategy to address this issue, that has to be kept in mind. But in addition to all of that, I think it's important to appreciate that what people eat, the portions that people eat, these are also cultural issues. There are some families that are culturally orientated to some certain kinds of food and certain portions of food. And so it becomes also a cultural challenge to be able to address issues about the content about the diet and also the portions. And I have no doubt that these are things that will be borne in mind in addressing the issue of obesity.
Very good. That brings us into your books that you've written. One of the books I can see here, which is a Protestant Technology of the Religious. Can you talk us through that? What is the main aspect of that book? What inspires it about it?
Yeah, well, that book is largely, it's a very academic book in a certain sense, but what it is meant to do is to say that within the Christian context, there are different perceptions of people of other religions. So not all Christians perceive Muslims in the same way. Not all Christians perceive Buddhists in the same way. Not all Christians perceive Hindus in the same way. But that what they can do, however, that they can develop an approach which does not have to result in inter-religious tension and negative construal of people of other religions. Wow. And that, in a way, shows how it can be done without minimizing one's own Christian faith.
Kind of conflict. It's not conflict between your understanding the religions of this, say if I'm a Muslim or if I'm a Christian, you're not contradicting any of that in that book.
No, it simply say you can develop a way in which you can have a positive relationship with people of other religions without having to believe that you are giving up your own Christian conviction. Yes.
Very good. And the next one you have there is called a formula for conversation. What's behind that?
A formula for conversation, Christians and Muslims in dialogue, specifically looking at Islam as a world religion, understanding that there is an imperative on all Christians to develop an understanding of Islam and to be able to speak about Islam in a positive way. And what that book simply shows is a way in which you can affirm one's Christian faith and at the same time speak positively about Islam.
Okay, Sinead, just before you go, what would be the advice you would give to a parent who their children or their kids might be going through an issue regarding obese and also adult or whichever age they are facing any discrimination about things like being obese? What would be your advice for them?
Well, it would really be if they're in a situation where they have children who are overweight or obese and they're worried, to seek help, to go to their healthcare professional to try and get help. And if the child is unhappy in the same way as any other way, to look for the help that is out there. Unfortunately, it's sometimes hard to come by, but to really address the issue. And then for parents to do the best they possibly can in preventing the issue by bringing the children up with a healthy diet as best they can.
Wow, thank you. Well, this is how we do it on the show. Thank you very much, Sinead, for being on the show, and Reverend Dr. Livingstone, thank you so much. But before we let you guys go, there's one thing we do on the show, which is the J quiz. Are we all ready for that? Yeah? Thank you. Okay, so you know how we do it on the show. Like we said, we're going to ask you questions, so we need you guys to kind of band together and just see who's going to get it right. So, are we ready?
Well, she's very bright.
Oh, yeah, she's very bright.
Yeah.
So we'll find out. Let's see what we got for you. So the first one we go through is, what American civil rights leader was inspired by the teaching of Daniel O'Connell? So A, we have it here as Frederick Douglass. B, we have it as Malcolm. And C, we have Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
This is definitely not my area of expertise.
Right. Well, all those three are certainly people who were in the civil rights movement.
Yes.
I don't think it is Malcolm, however, although he had overseas influence.
Okay.
Martin Luther was probably a little bit more influenced by your man from India. The piece, what's it called now? I think I would go for the first.
The first one,
Frederick Douglass.
Very good. Round of applause for that, please. Thank you. That was brilliant. Now, Sinead, maybe you might know this one. This is very simple.
Let's hope.
Let's find out. Okay, what does GA stand for? So, first question is Gaelic Athletic Association.
That's it. Gaelic Athletic Association. Don't even need to read the other two. I knew that one.
Oh my goodness. That was brilliant. Okay, now the final one we go through. This is the most simplest one. Now, you can close your eyes, you can get it right. So this is very easy. So, in the legend of the Fiona, what was the land of the Entano youth? A, we say Timbuktu, C, Galway,
Maybe.
and
Maybe.
Timbuktu?
Timbuktu? Could be Timbuktu. Could be Galway. Galway's very pleasant. People are always young in Galway.
Yes, it's true. Galway's pleasant.
Yeah.
But we have A. Okay, I'll read it out for you. Maybe you might get it right there. So A, we have it here as Tina Nigo.
Tiernan. That's it. Okay.
Round of applause for that, please. Thank you. Now, we want to say a big thank you for you being on the show today, for answering all our J quiz questions. So what we have for you today, Sinead, this is for you. Did you request your tea mug there
Thank
for you?
you very much.
Thank you very much.
That's lovely, thank you.
And Livingstone, this is for you as well. Thank you very much for your too, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Okay, round of applause for them, please. Thank you very much. Okay, I want to say thank you very much for coming on the show. So viewers, this is where we'll leave the show there today. I hope you've been educated about what our guests have there for you today. But don't forget to follow us on our Facebook and also on the Jury Question website. And if you have anything you'd like to share or what you've seen on today's show, please do share with us. So we'll come your way next week from every one of us in the studio, my production crew and my beautiful audience in the studio. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. God bless. Bye for now.